What's going on, world? It's Xiaomi Sensei ripping. I'm back again with another video. Listen, y'all. Moments ago, Marlon Wayans responds to movie critics trashing his latest movie, Him, available in theaters as we speak. Okay, for those who may not know, this movie, Him, is being classified as a sports horror. Okay, directed by Justin Tippin. However, it's being advertised as a film being produced by Jordan Peele. Okay, now, of course, a lot of the films, right, that Jordan Peele is a part of, a lot of people, they rush to the theaters to check it out. But it's important to note that he is the producer, not the director. Okay, for the record, Justin Tippin is the director of this film, and apparently it's already receiving some negative reviews. So moments ago, Marlon took to IG to respond to some of these movie critics. Okay, now for those who missed what Marlon had to say in his post moments ago, Marlon in his post stated, "Just to be clear, I respect critics. Their job is to critique. I respect their work. It shapes our industry. But an opinion does not always mean it's everyone's opinion. Some movies are ahead of the curve. Innovation is not always embraced. And art is to be interpreted and is subjective. I've had a career of making classic movies that weren't critically received, and those movies went on to be classics. So don't take anyone's opinion, just go see for yourself. Love to all. Him in theaters now." All right, now again, that was Marlon responding to some of the negative critics, right? Or should I say the movie critics giving a negative review of his latest film, Him. And as you can see, Marlon just wanted to state for the record, he's done movies in the past that's received negative reviews and, went on to be classics. You know what I mean? White Chicks, as you can see here, Rotten Tomatoes gave it 15%, right? We already know the response to this film. Don't be a menace, right? We already know 32%. Now, again, I don't know how long Rotten Tomatoes have been out. I got to do my homework. But I will say, there was a time where, all of these movies was classics. You know what I mean? But again, how do we rank it? You know what I mean? Who's the one that's credible? Listen, like you said, everyone's opinion, is just that. You know what I mean? Everyone's taste in comedy is subjective. So it's really hard to gauge it, right? I remember with Ice Cube's latest film, they trashed it, gave it a 0, right? And somehow it made people want to watch the film. So sometimes when I look at these headlines of movies, right, these reviews on the come out and opening weekend, sometimes I'm thinking like, this is their way of getting people to watch the movie because, like I said, when it came to the Ice Cube film, it was getting trashed so much, people had to watch to see for themselves. Okay. In this case, watching the trailer to Him, you see a lot of visuals. Some people believe in that it's a lot of satanic visuals in the trailer of the movie. But for the most part, like I said, I have to check it out myself to see exactly how good this movie is. Because again, the moment you seen Jordan Peele's name attached to the film, instantly people like, here, take my money. You get what I mean? But I did find an article in The Guardian, as you can see here, says Jordan Peele produced football horror is a disappointing fumble. Okay, now again, this is The Guardian. But as you can see here on the screen, Marlon Wayans hams it up as a quarterback looking to crown a new GOAT in an unsubtle and increasingly meaningless critique of a broken system. All right. Shout out to the homie Andrew Lawrence who wrote the article. But I'll make sure to leave the link in the description. But like I said, this is a movie we're not used to seeing, right? A sports horror film. But again, it's a lot that's going on in Hollywood right now, especially at the the box office. I said the bomb office because truthfully, a lot of films have been bombing. But honestly, like I said, man, it's tough. Okay, a lot of movies coming and going. You know what I mean? Despite the great reviews, the negative reviews, people are just not going to the theater like we once used to. You know what I mean? Before COVID, things are different now. You got all of these streaming platforms. But again, is that stopping people from putting out dope content? Listen, we just have to wait and see. But the point is, when you see these reviews, I mean, does it help? You know what I mean? Or does it? Because that's the thing. You want people to be encouraged to go to the theaters now. That's the thing. They're trying to get everyone back in the movie theaters. But when you see reviews like this and you're spending all this money on streaming platforms, this right here will make a person say, you know what? I'm going to just wait until they come out. You know what I mean? On one of those streaming platforms for all of that. Because let's be clear, it's expensive going to the movie theaters, man. But let's read some of this article that was posted from The Guardian. And as it says right here, the writer, right, Andrew Lawrence, he states him. A Jordan Peele produced splatter film in the psychological mode of Us deviates from the skim-malty feel-good formula that has defined American sports movies since Charlie Chaplin and The Champion, okay? Tackle football, notorious for eating the young, is recast as a genuine meat grinder for Cameron Cade, a generational college quarterback touted as an heir apparent to Marlon Wayans, Isaiah White, the Tom Brady of this world. But when a trippy, blunt force head injury endangers Cameron's professional aspirations and multi-million-dollar payday, he agrees to train and rehab at Isaiah's desert-based cement compound, a haunted house of vice and duplicity that threatens to swallow Cameron whole. Okay? Him is not a subtle critique of America's pastime. It opens with Isaiah breaking his leg on a championship-winning drive and young Cameron taking in the gruesome injury from his living room floor while his father drills the mantra, "No guts, no glory." Okay? It reintroduced football quite rightly as a veritable meat market where players are poked, prodded, and scrutinized like chattel. Director Justin Tippin even switches to X-ray visions to bring out the underlying damage that can result from football's incessant collisions, one of the many stylish visual touches, okay? But whereas a sports movie like F1 can get away with stretching the truth for U.S. audiences who aren't likely to know the difference, him makes suspending disbelief a staggering struggle, okay? Because of football's seemingly intractable position at the center of American life, the viewers who come to this film are more than likely already acutely aware of the singular privilege and leverage that quarterbacks enjoy in the game, and thus likely to call bullshit on the idea of a prospect of Cameron's caliber having to jump through the same physical challenges as a middling wide receiver or defensive lineman. Another terrible stretch is Wayans playing a fading gridiron legend at the dear age of 53, much less one who can afford a desert compound, more of a luxury for Major League Baseball where contracts are fully guaranteed. Okay, now again, like I said, this is just one of the reviews of the film Him. I have to check it out myself. I'm going to try to catch it tomorrow so I can see exactly how good or how bad this movie is. But again, man, y'all let me know. What are your thoughts? If you have seen the movie, let me know what are your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'll make sure to leave the link in the description so you can check out the trailer. And y'all let me know what you think. Like I said, I understand with Jordan Peele and his name being attached to it. Listen, automatically, people are going to, throw the money at the damn movie theater. Throw it right at the box office. Come on, let's go check out this movie. But then when you go in there and it's not what you exactly expected it to be, right? Because it's not being directed by Jordan Peele. This is where it gets a little tricky. But like I said, I'll make sure to check out this film. But y'all let me know. For those who have seen it, did you like the movie? Did you dislike it? If so, let me know your thoughts on the film down in the comment section below. And do you agree with Marlon's response? Of course, these platforms like Rotten Tomatoes, they, put out these reviews. And again, I'm coming up during the era, when I was younger, you had the B movies, you know what I mean? You was buying it from the bootleg man, Didn't really matter what the critics said. It was more so what the streets said. And that's kind of what Marlon is saying. He's made a lot of movies in the past, which necessarily didn't get that great review, but in the streets, it was deemed a classic. You know what I mean? Now, will this movie get that same praise? I guess we have to wait and see. But again, y'all let me know your thoughts on everything down in the comment section below. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Again, my name is Sensei Rip. Till next time, peace.
MREC TV.
We mentioned Vlad TV.
Right.
Now, put me on. What's going on? Why he put your name in a bad light? Like, what's going on?
He was a part of that whole Kading, Reggie Wright, now Whack 100. He was a part of that whole team out there in Cali that was spreading false information
Say word.
by the death of Biggie Smalls.
So they get the nigga and shit, so man, they put him on the car on the ground and shit, they rob him and shit. like, the feel me, the shotty, I sawed it off myself, so I know that shit do real damage. TM had that shit to the nigga head, and I'm thinking to myself, it ain't even over no real money. I'm already about to go to jail. And I said, nah. And the nigga eased up off him. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of terrified because I ain't even want to see that. Like, I one of them niggas like, I'll pat at you, but I ain't running up on you and shooting you in the face and then standing over you, hitting you 12 times. I'm not psychotic like that. Like, you feel me? If I did it, it was over some money or over some disrespect. So I was out to prove a point, not to, you know, maim or disfigure nobody. Like, I'm not a psycho type shit. Like, you feel me? Like, so, you know what I'm saying? That was a terrifying moment for me because I ain't want to see that, and I'm about to get sentenced. You feel me?
Have you lived the life the streets tried to write for you, but ultimately found your own ending? Do you have a story of survival, betrayal, or redemption? We're looking for real people with real experiences to share their truth. If the streets tried to break you, but you made it out, we want to hear from you. Hit us up now to be a part of The Streets Is a Myth.
I don't be wanting no distractions when I'm starting my day. I'm facing 20 years in jail. I don't got no time to...
Thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, hit that notification bell to get the latest on hip-hop, sports, comedy, whatever. All right, we got you covered over here at Forgotten Kings TV. And also, click on one of these videos, okay? All right, y'all.